everybody. This is some random Neko, waking up from my nap to greet the world for the day. And by greet, I mean start the Christmas season off right by unlocking a core memory with one of the wildest animated Christmas films from my childhood, Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, which is based on the equally wild Christmas song about a drunk grandma walking out on the night of Christmas Eve and, as the title suggests, getting run over by a reindeer. And no, I'm not making this up, nor is it the peppermint schnapps talking. This was really a song that was sung and a film that was produced. I swear. Young Jane Spankenheimer has plenty to deal with on Christmas Eve, chief among them being the dilemma over whether Santa Claus is real and what exactly should he put on his Christmas wish list. Those become the least of his problems when Grandma goes missing, and nobody believes him when he claims that she was run over by Santa's reindeer-drawn sleigh. When Cousin Mel threatens to take over the beloved family store and sell it, Jake sets out to find his missing grandma and bring her back home before it's too late. Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer is a WB Christmas TV special based on the Christmas novelty song of the same name, and the story is just as wild as the title and summary suggest. Like, we start off simple with the conflict of Cousin Mel wanting to sell Grandma's store, then it escalates when Grandma goes missing, and before you know it, Santa Claus is in jail and getting sued. So yeah, the story is really wild and illogical, but it's also fun and enjoyable. A true turn your brain off and just bask in the Christmas spirit kind of film that's at least self-aware about the kind of story it's telling. The film is also specifically for kids, as the story is very much a kid single-handedly saving Christmas fantasy that also teaches the important lesson to not be greedy or else you go to jail, mixed in with some commentary about the commercialization of Christmas and how it's taking away the true spirit of the holiday. And that's completely fine, as we could do with more films that are absolutely wild in execution, but still simple at its core. Speaking of simple, the characters are pretty one-dimensional, but that's fine as well, as they all serve their purpose in the story. And at the very least, they make up for the lack of character development by having a wholesome and loving relationship between Jake and Grandma. In addition, this film was made before the sympathetic and misunderstood villain trope became common for villainesses, so I greatly appreciate the fact that Cousin Mel was allowed to just be a villainess who was evil because she was a vain money grubber, and that since she committed the crime, she would now have to do the time. In regards to production, the film very much looks, feels, and sounds like it was made in the early 2000s. And while it doesn't have the production quality or polish that comes with animated films made by studios like Walt Disney, that doesn't mean it's bad. In fact, the animation is pretty decent for the time, being clean and nice to look at with an art style that reminds me of old CD-ROM games like Clue Finders and Freddy Fish. The voice acting was also pretty great, and much better than expected considering the film's production value. And the soundtrack was really solid, with songs that were fun and fit the wild energy of the story, with Grandma's Gonna Sue the Pants Off of Santa being the most unexpected and memeable song of the whole bunch. Now, as you probably already deduced by the way I've been talking about it so far, Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer is not a great film. It's not that it isn't an enjoyable film, because it is, but everything about it is just so baffling. The plot is barely held together with Holly and the sheer force of Christmas spirit. The songs come out of left field as they pop in out of nowhere. The film was at a breakneck pace, which isn't surprising considering it's barely 50 minutes long, but it very much feels like if you blink, you'll miss something important. None of the characters grow or develop in any way. Dark implications get glossed over, and almost everything about the plot doesn't make sense when you think about it for more than 2 seconds. Like, why didn't anyone go out with Grandma if they were so concerned for her safety at night? Why didn't anyone check the alleged scene of the accident and just immediately assume Jake was crazy or dreaming? Why did Grandpa act so nonchalant about seeing his wife get run over by a reindeer-drawn sleigh? Why didn't Santa try to find out where Grandma came from during her 9-month stay in the North Pole? Why didn't Grandma question being led away and kept in a cabin without being able to go outside for months? Why were the implications of arresting and putting the real Santa on trial barely acknowledged? And there are so many more holes I can poke into this film, but then we'd be here all day, so I'm just gonna move on now. Overall, Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer gets a D+, as it's a film with more plot holes than you can shake a candy cane at, and nothing about the story makes any logical sense except for the base conflict. But that's okay, because this film isn't meant for adults. It was meant for kids, and we get a solid B from 7-year-old me for being a memorable Christmas core memory. It's simple, it's fun, it's colorful, and it had the bad guy getting her just desserts. 7-year-old me adored this film so much that even though I've grown up to become an adult crushed by the weight of adult responsibilities, I still look back fondly at this film and believe it's a good viewing experience in a so bewildering it's enjoyable kind of way. And again, that's fine. Not every film has to be the next big thing or some thought provoking piece. Sometimes it can just be simple logical fun for kids that allows their imagination to run free while still teaching them timeless lessons about a holiday where it's important to spend time with the ones you love and share because you care. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Reminder that this is just my opinion, so you can take it with as many grains of salt as you want. I don't mind either way and would love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and comment which film you'd like me to give my 2 cents about next. This is some random Neko going out to drink some peppermint schnapps now. Don't forget to keep calm and just meow.